Hey everyone, what's going on? Greg here again from Team Blast. I want to talk about Apple Maps SEO and what I'm doing for my business to rank better. And I do the same thing for my clients. So let's get started. The keyword here is marketing agency. And as you can see for my business, it has improved 12% from the previous time period within the share of local voice. So I'm over here on the red line, and you can see that it has grown from under 20% now to 33%. So again, more visibility for that. When I changed the date range over here, you can see at 9.6. If you go back to that, TM Blast was under 20% for share of local voice. Now on 9.17, it is at 33%. So let's get into where you can find my business, and then I'm going to go into Apple Business Connect. So to start, Apple Maps beta is new in 2024. That means for me, I'm using my Windows 10 laptop. So if I use the beta version, I can get Apple Maps listings over here. So I search for marketing agency. Of course, I'm in Saratoga Springs. So I'm going to see TM Blast over here on the bottom. That is in the organic map pack listing. Next, if you use a search engine like DuckDuckGo, that actually utilizes Apple Maps in their results. So if you use the DuckDuckGo app, or if you have it as your default search engine, you search for anything, it's going to be Apple Map listings. TM Blast is over here. That is the third listing. You can see how the share of local voice is starting to work now, where traditional Apple Map search or DuckDuckGo search, TM Blast is going to be there. All right, let's get into Apple Business Connect. You guys are probably very familiar with this. I just want to talk about things that I've done to my listing that I think are helping my rank. So to start. The About section over here, I think, is very critical to list off your relevant keywords and towns and cities that you do your business in. So if you're a contractor or if you're a mover or anyone else or anything else like that, try to list off nearby towns and cities and your keywords in your description. The one thing to notice that the description is much shorter than Google, so you can't copy it and put it into Apple. You have to really rephrase it. So just remember that when you're bringing that over from either Google or Bing, you have to kind of rewrite it, and therefore really make sure you have your keywords and towns there. Another ranking factor is photos. Photos, you want to add as many photos as you can, high quality. It's going to help improve the click-through rate. Address is huge when it comes to Apple Maps. So for me, I've had a few service area business clients that have been trying to get on Apple Maps all year, and they can't because you have to have a physical storefront to be verified. You can't work out of a home address. So for all the contractors and plumbers and everyone else has reached out to me who work out of their home, which is fine. You just can't get on Apple Maps, and I think you're probably missing out on 5, maybe even 10% of visibility every month on just phone calls and impressions. So address really matters. You want to be in the city that you're really doing your most business in. If you can, I highly recommend the location is so critical. So if you're able to get a storefront, it'll help with Google rank, also help with with Bing rank, but it can get you on Apple Maps as well, which is net new users. Um, Now another thing that I think has really helped me is that I have my showcase section over here says get a free local SEO audit. So I experiment with this all the time with my clients. You can do a showcase. It's very similar to like an update or like a product listing within Google. You want to highlight something that's new within your business as a freshness score. It can also improve your click-through rate. And of course, you might even get some business from it as well. So I say get a free local SEO audit, have a photo of myself, a small description. I have it running from a short period of time, but I really think since I added this on the 15th, my rankings did improve today on the 17th. I think that it has absolutely helped with that. Let's keep going further down this. So categories is another big deal as well when it comes to ranking in Apple Maps. So for me, my primary category is marketing agency. That's kind of what I'm showing you guys for the ranking. So, from my perspective, if you are a mover, you want to be, the primary category is mover. Don't be a secondary category like piano mover. That could be a secondary category. Don't make that your primary. Your primary should just be like the focal point. What's going to get the most keywords as well. You can always experiment with additional categories. So for me as an SEO, there's no category around SEO. So you kind of have to be, pick and choose what you can show your business as. Let's keep going further down this. There's other things actually I think that are quite important to know about. This is good to know. So you want to click on this. Now with all my clients over here, a lot of them deal with actual customers to come in. TM Blast, it's kind of different. I've met with a few who wanted to just meet and talk about SEO, but it's not like that type of business where it's like you're a doctor or anything else like that, where people are constantly coming in. For my clients that do deal with a large population of people coming in all throughout the year, you can list off some really important factors that would help you rank better in Apple Maps. So things like payments, reservations, testing, parking, accessibility, restrooms, business model, safety, EV charging. There's so many things because within Apple Maps, you can actually then change the filter for the results you want to see. So if you can check off things that are applicable to your business, you actually rank a little bit better for that as well. And then finally, one thing I wanted to mention too, when it comes to Apple Maps, is that rankings do come from a third-party site. So they don't come from Google. They don't come from Google reviews. So they come from Yelp. And for my clients, I've been really trying to stress this, that if we're trying to get more visibility within Apple Maps, we need to get on a third-party site like Yelp because that's where the reviews are coming from. Encourage users to leave reviews on Yelp. This can really help now with the rankings because just like Google My Business, better rankings can improve your click-through rate, which can indirectly help improve your rank as well for your primary keywords. So anyway, I hope some of this was really interesting. Hope you guys got some new ideas for what you can do within Apple Maps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. And as always, have a good rest of your day.